This story is called Butterflies, Bears, and Treehouse Adventures. On a summer afternoon at Nana's house, over on Frog Pond Road, mysterious creatures appeared by the creek. A boy named Hendrik and his sister Frankie discovered the creatures, called namungos, who wanted a house in Nana's tree. They heard about Magic Frog, who lived in Nana's Creek, and they wanted some magic adventures too. Hendrik and Frankie decided to build cozy homes for the namungos and place the H home and the F home in Nana's big tree. Eventually they found out, though, that one namungo named Court demanded both houses for himself. What should the brother and sister do? They decided to trap Court and talk with him about sharing their home with all the namungos. However, the only way to stop Court was to laugh, because traps only made him cause more trouble. What do you think happened next? While Hendrik and Frankie tried to perform a magic trick to stop Court from causing trouble, Bear ran into the yard on an namungo-mobile and said he was afraid of Court. Hendrik and Frankie started to teach Bear how to stop Court's mischief by using magic. How do you think Bear can laugh when he feels afraid that Court will cause trouble? They had a magic secret for Bear, and here's how it went. When you are afraid, Hendrik and Frankie told Bear, when you feel afraid or sad or disappointed or just plain lonely, then smile and remember that's what makes Court go away and stop causing trouble. Namungos laughed and sang and installed cozy homes in Nana's yard, even while Court yelled, "No way!" Do you think Court appreciated the namungos' hard work to prepare the treehouse? Will Bear learn to laugh when Court comes around? Court wanted us all to fall off the old bridge into the creek onto Magic Frog. So Nana built a hot new bridge to float the boats while staying out of the creek and off the frog. How can Bear learn to laugh when Court comes around and no longer fear that he will fall into the creek? Namungos placed the two tree houses into the tree, and the birds chirped thanks. What do you think Ciro will tell Bear to help him laugh again after he felt sad and afraid? Namungos are especially fond of butterflies, and so they waited all day by a distant tree so they could bring the butterflies to Frankie and Hendrik's treehouse that they built in Nana's yard. When no butterflies appeared, the namungos simply created imaginary butterflies to move into their little treehouse. What do you think happened to these imaginary butterflies? Do you think they moved into Hendrik and Frankie's treehouse? What did Bear teach the butterflies about not being afraid of Court? How did Bear help the butterflies to be happy when Court came around to make them sad? Do you think Court found a way to be happier too? Will Hendrik and Frankie tell the butterflies to try and trap Court again? Nana, Hendrik, and Frankie wanted to tell you the tale of imaginary butterflies moving into their houses. Ready? A home for imaginary butterflies. On the same day, their daily paper announced that Hendrik and Frankie hoped butterflies might move into houses they built 6 namungos looked for a home for their imaginary butterflies. "It's mine," said Court. "This house is for me. My butterfly will move in. Only one can have fun." And when 5 more namungos tried to move butterflies in, Court jumped into flight. "One butterfly too many," flew at namungos with all his might. "It's mine," shouted Court. "This house is for me. One butterfly only can fit and have fun." When namungos tried to move butterflies in, Court and his butterfly chased and yelled. "The party's already begun." "Hooray!" shouted the butterflies. "We're having such fun. Each house is far better for 3 than for 1." Then bingo! Court's foot slid on a rock. Court started to wobble. He started to weep. One butterfly too many crash landed Court in the creek. 5 butterflies shouted with glee. "You're home, imaginary butterflies. Save a room for me," Court yelled from the creek. "5," sang namungos. "These houses fit 5. If you're looking for fun, then it's time to move in." But as soon as that rascal Court climbed out of the creek, one butterfly too many flew him over their dance. Yippee! Namungos and butterflies giggled with glee. "This house made for 5 is fantastic for me." They wiggled and danced and swung from the trees. "Yikes!" they heard Court screech as he tried hard to stop. But one butterfly too many gave Court quite a flop. Court came back swinging, annoyed at their games and at Mig's song. "There'll be far too much trouble if we try to fit Court." "Ha!" While namungos moved butterflies in, Court declared with his sword, "Only one fits just fine. One house for me, and I'm ready to dine." After namungos settled butterflies in, out came their dinners, forks and feelers flying. Court spilled some drinks. Mig's plate tumbled after, so that namungos and butterflies got splattered with food. 5 butterflies grew tired and asked for a nap, and namungos had already crept into bed. All except one butterfly too many, who finally agreed with a stretch and a yawn. "We can all fit quite nicely. Perhaps they were wrong." But as soon as they started to toss and to turn, Court kicked Bass and twisted Mig's arm, all as they snorkeled and snored. Oops! One butterfly and namungo ended up on the floor. "5," said the butterflies, and namungos chimed in. "These beds are all full. No more Court tricks like sneaking back in." Court and his butterfly announced more new plans until Zero stepped in with good news for all. What could these namungos teach you and your friends? You can cut out the cards and teach them to your friends.